Alrighty guys, so there's going to be a lot going on in this video. A couple quick things. I've been busy working, that's why I haven't been able to upload too much. If you guys want to know what I do, go give me a follow on Instagram. My latest picture pretty much explains it. But anyway, in this video, you're going to see me work on the Ranger a little bit. I shot some footage with it back when we were still up in Butler. And then in the rest of this video, you're going to see me do a little bit of maintenance on these. I fluid filmed the entire underneath of the van. I just finished doing that. It came out really cool. Yeah, upcoming. I know I'm backed up on at least 2 riding videos and another video working on the golf cart that we shot. Oh my goodness, James, hold on. But as soon as I get a chance, I'll edit those videos and get them up. So yeah, let's just get on with today's video. Hello, what is up guys? You already know what we're focusing on, my Ford Ranger. So this is my 1999 Ford Ranger. It's been sitting for about 2 years now. I brought it up here with me when we first moved into this house. It was sitting behind the garage for a while, and then I winched it to this spot here with the winch on the van. The reason it's been sitting is because this wheel bearing went out. I just had it towed up here from AAA. And I never felt motivated to mess with the thing. I've actually replaced that wheel bearing. I think I've replaced both wheel bearings a couple times now. Either way, the thing's been sitting. I should have fixed this a long time ago, but there's just too much other fun stuff going on here. Anyway, also, it doesn't have reverse. That's the whole project I'm not gonna get into. I just wanna get this thing ready to sell because I have no plans for it, and I'd rather put my money into other things. So first things first, let's see if we can get it running just because it's been sitting for so long. All right, right off the bat, this key will not turn. I know there's not a battery in it, so I think we stole the battery for one of the golf carts a while back. Let's see, let's throw a battery in this thing. I think there's a chip in the key, so let's see if that does anything. All right, already on the problem number 2, the hood latch is stuck. It's not doing anything. Off to a great start here. So the cable for the latch is somewhere right in here, but the problem is I put this grate in behind my grill, and I need to pull on the cable or push up on the latch or something from the inside, but I don't want to destroy this grate. So I'm going to try to unscrew the little bolts in here. I think I can fit a wrench in there. Can't get the little bolts in there, but I think there's, I don't know, there's only like 2 holding it on. There's this big plastic thing in the way. I don't really care at this point. I'm just trying to get this thing running. See, this is the cable that controls the latch. It was like tucked back behind this plastic piece, so even if I had busted through that mesh stuff I made, there would have been no way to get this with that plastic in the way. So it should be just like... I got it! I think we stole this battery for the golf cart that got flooded. So that battery's a goner. I know the van battery's gonna be too big. Let's just try the little Rural King $20 battery and see what happens. The homie. A little sketchy, but they're on there. Oh, we got something. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of hammering in this video. Oh my God. I can't believe this thing started. Now, it would have kept running, but I gotta check. I did not think. Let's see, we already got some smoke here. Okay, I cannot believe this thing started that easy. I should have checked the fluids first. I was like 99% positive, like it wouldn't even crank or something. I'm gonna check all the fluids now and, you know, make sure we have the important things. All right, so right off the bat, there's still oil on the dipstick. Was just under this thing just to kind of take a look at things, and, you know, I didn't notice like any major leaks or anything out of the ordinary or any oil spots in the grass. So I think we're good on that at least. Oh yeah, there's plenty in there. This doesn't, brake fluid looks fine. Power steering, make sure you don't want to burn out the power steering pump. Oh, okay, yeah, there's plenty in there. Oh yeah, plenty of coolant. That looks fine. It's not like milky or anything, like oil's mixed in it. I really should take all the spark plugs out and put oil down in the pistons, but I really don't want to do that. Disconnect the spark plugs and I'll just get it cranking a few times, and maybe that'll get the oil flowing. A runner. Man, it smells bad. That smells like old gas. Sounds like it definitely needs some sea foam. Exhaust needs reconnected down there. But I mean, I'm really impressed with this thing. A little low on fuel. I don't know if the coolant gauge is still working, or thermostat or whatever. We have good oil pressure. That looks fine. And actually no check engine lights on, which is pretty crazy. Rather than keep running it, I'm gonna go get a full tank of fresh gas and probably put a whole bottle of sea foam in this thing, and then I'm gonna let it run for a while. I was thinking the ratchet was gonna break. Believe it or not, the extension did. Good thing these have a lifetime warranty, I guess. Wheel bearing kind of seems fine. Maybe it is the other side. I don't know, that feels fine to me. Let's try the other side. This side feels fine too. sounds bad because of the rotor getting rusty, but I had to have this thing towed here because the one wheel wouldn't turn at all. It's got to be this side. You know what? I think I'm gonna put this wheel back on and see if it drives. Before I continue, I want to make sure no animals got in the airbox because I keep finding shredded paper and they always like to live in the airboxes. Yep, the air filter still looks new. Look at all that. Ah. All right, so I'm really glad I checked that and cleaned that out because now it sounds like it's running even better. That was definitely clogging things up. This thing's actually driving normal as far as I can tell. To be completely honest with you, I think the reason it wasn't driving before was because that brake was locked up. I am literally still in shock right now. I'm pretty sure the problem was with the brake caliper getting stuck. I did notice when I took the caliper off that it was on there pretty tight. Only one of the pads on it's pretty worn, so it tells me that, you know, there's something wrong with the caliper. When I put it back on, that wheel was able to spin freely, so, you know, the thing's running and driving okay. Four-wheel drive still works. And 4 low. Now, I know some of you are gonna tell me to turn this into a woods buggy, and I kinda want to. I like the idea of it, but I also just really want to sell this thing. You know, I have 3 cars currently. You know, this could still be a good daily driver for someone. This thing was my daily driver all through high school, and rather than destroy it further and beat the crap out of it in the woods, I'd rather just sell it, get a little money out of it, use that for my next project, and see it go to a good home. Alrighty guys, so with the winter season coming up, I want to oil change both my vehicles, just so I'm not doing it when it's snowing out. Both of them are pretty much due for an oil change. They're not overdue, but you know, it's a good time to do them. It's a nice day out. I found this nice flat spot up in the yard there. So yeah, let's oil change these real quick and go from there. can't find my oil filter wrench, so we're gonna have to do the screwdriver method. I thought I put this on there hand tight, but you know how these are, they always get cranked down. Two hours later, with lots of hammering and 2 people. Look at how hard we hammered on this thing. Split it. That looks nice. Nice and new.
I got second.
Had to call in the experts.
Your mom just texted me.
Look at that, right in the middle. We're good to go. Mechanic Liz making her guest appearance. A little bit of a cold start, not really. I drove it up and down the road a couple times just to get it all warmed up, so we're good to go. So whenever I oil change my cars, and especially the van because it's a diesel, I always get oil additives and a lot of times fuel additives. Normally I run the Lucas. I run these 2 jugs. This is the fuel additive, this is the oil additive. Anytime you've seen me do it in the past, I always put a lot of this stuff in. It's supposed to be great for your injectors, but this time I figured I'd try something different, just change it up. I know the previous owner had replaced one of the injectors in the van. I guess one had gone bad. I don't really have any problems with the injectors, but you know, I have some friends who are diesel mechanics and they really recommend this stiction eliminator for older diesels. They say it's great for the injectors. I know the Lucas stuff is, but figured I would just give this stuff a shot. It's supposed to be pretty good. So the oil I always go with is this Rotella T4. Before I moved out of Butler, I stopped at Rural King and I picked up 2 buckets of this stuff. They had a sale going. It was super cheap. It was like, I think I paid like 42 bucks a bucket after a mail-in rebate. Anyway, this stuff has always seemed to work good. The label says it meets Caterpillar, Cummins, Ford requirements, so it seems to work pretty good. And we were going with the Motorcraft filters. I got stocked up on a couple of these too. But yeah, let's oil change the van. Try this first. Nah, it's gonna be a pain. I even put this on hand tight last time. They still get tight. Man, I don't know how these things get so tight. Like I literally put this on hand tight last time. There it is. Okay, we're gonna just gently tighten it here. I think that's it. That's as far as I'm gonna go. Alrighty guys, so I bought this compressor off the Facebook Marketplace last night. I was looking for compressors for a while. All I had was this little teeny tiny pancake one ever since we moved from Butler. And then when I was working under the van and the Nissan yesterday, I decided, you know, I want to do a rust-proof undercoating. They're not really that bad yet, but I just want to prevent any future rust. So anyway, I decided I wanted to get my own spray gun, get my own air compressor, and fluid film my vehicles. So this is what I found. I got this thing for 120 bucks. It was originally listed for 180, and I literally think nobody found this deal just because the guy really didn't take good pictures. When I saw the ad, you couldn't see how big the tank was, and it really didn't have any details with the ad. Was looking at a bunch. I ended up messaging the guy, and I found out that this was a 6 horsepower and a 33-gallon tank, which it's one of the biggest ones you can get with wheels. I was looking at stand-up ones, but because I'm just renting a room here, I'm gonna have to move in the future, and I wanted something that I could put on a trailer if I needed to, put in the back of the van to take places. So I pretty much just wanted the biggest one I could find that was still on wheels, and that comes down to like a 33-gallon tank, which is what this is. And again, it's got a nice big 6 horsepower motor on it. So yeah, I lucked out with this. 120 bucks is honestly a steal for this. The thing works great. It came with the hose. I did notice one issue with it though. It looks like the previous owner broke off the grounding plug on this. I didn't notice this when I bought it, but either way, I'm going to replace that real quick. I looked at the manual, and it is supposed to have a grounding plug, so we'll fix that real quick. Alrighty, so we got our ground, neutral, and hot all wired up. Let's put this back together and test her out. Alrighty guys, so to do the undercoating, I needed a spray gun. I found this sprayer on Amazon for like 15 bucks, and then I rigged it up a little bit. I got some 1/2-inch tubing here and clamped it on so I can put this up in hard to reach places. And then I made a little extension here to fit this canister. So this gun didn't come with a canister. That's why it was so cheap. But, you know, luckily I'm at Flex Fuel's house and he has all kinds of supplements, and this is just an empty supplement container that screws right on. You could also go to Home Depot and get a spray bottle or something and screw that up in. And then it didn't come with a hose fitting, so I put that on. But yeah, this should work out nicely with the fluid film. Here's the gun, by the way. That's what it looks like. And this is a gallon of fluid film. I was looking at having a garage to spray it, but the one I talked to wanted like at least $200 to do the van because it was so big. It's just cheaper to buy all the stuff yourself and do it. I think this was 42 bucks on Amazon, plus 15 bucks for the spray gun, 120 bucks for the air compressor, which I can use for so many things. That puts me at what, 175 bucks? And I'm gonna try to do at least 2 cars with this. I'll have everything for the future, so it makes sense to just do it yourself. Wow, this stuff's weird. That's not what I was expecting. What is up, guys? It's the next day here. I got the van ready to go. I finished washing her last night. I let it dry and I drove it around a little bit today, but the underneath is as clean as it's going to get. I ended up spending a lot of time on this, just trying to get the surface nice and ready to go. So there's no mud or anything underneath. And yeah, I got it up on these ramps here. So let's get the sprayer together and see what happens. So it's pretty thick right now. You're supposed to mix it until it's fluidy. So I've been mixing it for a couple minutes here. It seems to feel pretty fluidy. I'm gonna try it like this and see what happens. All right, so just got the line connected here. Let's give her a test. Okay guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. I just finished spraying the van here. I used exactly 1 gallon, so that worked out perfectly. I was gonna do the Nissan in this video, but obviously I had to order more. The van came out really nicely. I'm really happy with how it's looking. So, you know, I might have sprayed it on a little too thick in some spots, but as it dries, it turns black and it looks really nice under there. As you can see, I covered every inch. Be sure to go check out the Quad Racer's Instagram where I posted more pictures of this. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. Coming up, I'm backed up on footage again. We have another riding video coming up, and then I was working on the LTR, so I filmed some of that, and then we were working on the golf cart and I filmed some more of that. All kinds of footage. Just not enough time, but thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Last but not least, stay sketchy.